it's Juneteenth. I'm just kidding. Not Juneteenth.
Oh.
June 17th. It's the 96th episode of Risk On. What could be the greatest show on about risk ever? Maybe. I don't know. That's a forward-looking statement.
We'll do our best.
Probably not the greatest show on risk ever, but it might be one of the only shows on risk on a daily basis. I don't think people cover risk every day like we do. My man Marshall Wilkinson's in the house.
Hey, great to be here.
Jason Bartholomew.
Hey, we got some risk on into the closing bell also.
Today was weird, Jason. Dude, what a day. GAME, G-A-M-E, uplist to the NASDAQ. We're long that stock for full disclosure. We've been long that forever, since like December, when it was on the OTC Canadian stock. It used to be MLLF. Now it's GAME because it hopefully has GAME, but it didn't look like it had GAME today.
No.
But the dollar index had GAME. We're going to cover that with Marshall in a little bit. Skyla, what's up?
Hey, it's a good day. Just had the Habit burger. It was really
Are
good.
you ready for Juneteenth tomorrow?
But no.
If you could just explain it. I literally learned about Juneteenth. Like, I just must be out of it. Like, Jason brought it up like a month ago, and now it's a federal holiday? I don't even know what you're talking about. Is it really a federal holiday? I mean, I'm reading people that Biden signed something called Juneteenth
Yes,
as a holiday.
it is.
I guess, approaching 52, have no idea what the heck anyone's talking about, literally. I got to go to the youngster of the group, so let me go to Marshall. Marshall, what is Juneteenth?
I just found out about 5 minutes ago. I didn't know either. I never heard of it in my life.
You went to Harvard. Come on.
I never heard of it. Is this a new thing?
We used it to swing trade Carver.
It's a federal holiday now for the emancipation of slaves, I believe.
Oh, well, that's good, but they call it Juneteenth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, I want emancipation. I don't want anyone to be a slave.
Totally.
I just don't get the reference.
Yeah.
Is Juneteenth the 18th? Is that what they mean?
I think it's the 19th.
It's the 19th.
We're celebrating it tomorrow.
Wow.
Nice.
Well,
We're going to Juneteenth.
market's out of whack. We're going to cover a lot of things today. Market's out of whack. Positions we put on. The macro environment with crypto and
There
real
it is.
estate. That's one of the reasons why we got Marshall around. He's smarter than all of us. Stick around to the end. We're going to have some meaningful advice on the ways to handle objections in negotiation. Marshall, some meaningful tactics on handling objections. Putting together some real estate deals. We got 100th episode on June 23rd. It ain't Juneteenth, but it is June 23rd. We'd love for all of you to send us some videos, 5-second videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to put you on air. We're gonna have a lot of guests on there that day. It may be a long show that day. We'll put a little montage together. Mm-hmm. We want to put you on air and feature you on the show. We'd appreciate it if you texted us to 949-799-1831, 949-799-1831, and put in 100 in the text, and we will work out whether you can come on the show or not with us.
It's a 5-second video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You got your questions. We're going to answer them at the end of the show. We're going to try to get a question and answer session at the ending.
Yeah.
Rather than we're going to put risk on, and then we're going to have a question and answer section, cover a little sports. But it's the first segment. Jason, before we get into the market update, what did we wake up to today? I mean, I woke up to the dollar. I mean, what was? I still can't even get my head around it. Actually, maybe the audience knows why Commodities Got Killed. I was buying Freeport below 35, by the way, just for the record. Mm-hmm. I was buying Freeport McMoran below 35.
I love it.
Crushed. Jason, take it away, man. What happened with the market today?
So, yeah, I slept in because it was really bad morning. But it was interesting because with the talk from Powell yesterday, we looked at a projection of 1% more in inflation. We also looked at some more Fed personnel becoming more hawkish and looking to raise rate raises in 23. Gold and silver pummeled I mean, pummeled.
Jason, got to interrupt you real quickly.
Yeah, go
a little update here.
Yeah.
Silver Sun Technologies, SSNT, a company you guys know we have a position in.
We might have a
Little position in.
A little something.
Up 79 cents in the aftermarket to 8.19.
That Juneteenth?
You like
No.
Juneteenth. And it continues to rally here in the aftermarket. It is 8.38 now.
How about if I look at the volume?
But that'd have to be aftermarket because there wasn't much during the
I'm looking
regular
at time
market.
and sales after hours. It looks pretty good compared to what it usually looks at. Volume. Wow, light day in volume. What's going on with SSNT?
Well, it could be the 13D filed by Ault Global Holdings after the close, announcing we own 14% of SSNT, pushing our position ever higher, ever more peril. There you go. What do I got to do here?
If you just click out of it.
Can you click out of it?
Yeah.
It looks like there's some a couple of write-ups on SSNT too.
not letting me out of it.
Newswire. Yeah,
I
that's
just-
why it's a little bit
Yeah,
not
just
as
click
user
leave.
friendly.
It says join for free.
Yeah, just click out of it because I don't have my login.
Okay, here.
Yeah, you just 86.
Yes,
the whole thing.
Galveston, Texas. We know that. Lead Up Media. Lead Up Media with the troll post of the day. Gee, I wonder who that is. Anyway,
Let's go back to the
Just
market.
exit out of it, Todd.
I'm looking at. Hey, Todd, you
Yeah.
might have to put on a sell for me here. Once again, my read is always has been very solid recently. Biogen shorted it, pummeled it. UTME fat fingered that. I said, what could go wrong there? UTME after hours 1743.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to take some profit from a stock today. Is that possible?
Imagine it.
Besides SSNT, obviously, and Biogen.
We can't sell SSNT. What's it's
DXY.
DXY, right?
Okay.
Come on, let's cover the market real quick. Let's get back into it.
I forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about the separation between value stocks, commodity stocks, and then into the NASDAQ, into growth stocks, tech stocks, green stocks. We saw a divergence today. The Dow actually finished down 209 points, 33,824, and the NASDAQ was up 121 points, 14,161. S&P 500, 4221. That was a 2-point loser. Over to the oil, light sweet crude, WTI, $70.96, down $1.19. In fact, all commodities and all means to store wealth were pummeled. Bitcoin 37.5, Ethereum 23.23, gold down $90 spot price gold. I can't remember seeing gold get battered that much in one day. 17.74, silver $26 an ounce, $1.81 loser, copper 21-cent loser, $4.17. China released some of its strategic reserves in copper, took a little bit of pressure off that short term.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that yesterday.
Yeah.
That's going to continue to happen. So, shout out to Devin Wright, though. DPW Army, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, brother.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
PTW Army.
Heck yeah.
Wow. Is it Devon or Devon? Devon. Devon.
I think that's probably Devin, no?
Devon. Devon. He's been supporting us for a long time.
For sure.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So we cover all the market, everything.
Yeah, we covered
Yep.
it.
S&P down, Dow down
2
to
points.
210, Nasdaq up 180. Wow. So let's get to this chart that my man. I guess I got to get a log on to this trade view thing.
Yeah, I have one. We could just.
So let's
throw
get
it
to
in
the
there.
chart real quick. Can we pull it up on my screen? Look at that. 3 of us at the same time.
Ooh, that's a nice
That's
view.
big time. Big time. What do you think of that chart, the dollar index today? Why was the dollar parabolic?
Well, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the macro, this chart, because I have a I want to tie it into what I believe is going to happen inflation-wise. But, I mean, this is just an hourly chart of the dollar. This is the DXY, and you can see that it's just been ripping. And, we can get into that further if you want.
No. We'll cover
Yeah.
it later on the macro.
Yeah.
It is a very strange day. Jason, let's talk about the divergence you saw today.
We saw the money move in back into the growth stocks. Although I couldn't really
Can you
find.
make heads or tails as to why that's the case?
Well, the Fed is good at convincing people that everything's okay and nothing's on fire. I like to look at everyday life and go to like grocery stores, gas stations, Take a look at the price of milk. Take a look at the price of bread, gasoline. Everyday CPI stuff, actually, everyday goods and services aren't factored into the CPI formula. Also, mortgage rates actually went up pretty substantially. And also, jobless claims, they were supposed to come in at 360,000. They actually came in at 412,000 people filed new jobless claims. I don't see what all the hype is about just because a few old people sat around and said, hey, I think inflation's still transitory. Transitory has been used by all the pundits, but they've been using it in a flexible manner where transitory could mean months instead of something that's actually temporary. I just don't see it. I mean, the debt is still the debt. The costs of homes skyrocketing. The wages for everyday people not moving, not even keeping up with inflation. I don't know, Marshall. I don't see it.
No, I totally agree. I mean, if you want to look at real inflation indicators, you need to look at the cost of real goods.
Right.
And so, I mean, there's nothing like doing the groundwork and feet on the ground and going to the markets. And
So a few minutes ago, we closed the IPO of ALZN was closed today, and I got this text.
there you go. Are you
Where'd
Barack?
that come from?
Hey, Barack, throwing
You
cash
Barack?
out. Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
There you go. So congratulations to the team, Stefan Jackman, Ken, David Katzoff, Ken Cragen, Will Horn, the entire board of ALZN, myself, the founder. We closed that deal today. In fact, I think the press should be hitting shortly.
Awesome.
And ALZN is a public company funded to, I don't know, part of, I think, Phase 2B or whatever. And I can honestly say that it is a closed deal. That's always exciting, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A little bias here. Prices, closing, announces the closing. When did it happen here? I will find it while you guys look around.
Most people don't know that when you go IPO, then there's a technical thing that happens. It's called the close. You actually do the closing.
Right.
And so we did the IPO, which everyone knows, and it was a very celebratory day. And then today it caps off that entire event with the closing, and that's what Todd
and the money transfers and
everything therein and the machinations thereof.
right. There you go. Closed today.
Awesome, man.
Where are we? Let's get back on track.
Any Q,
Kind of
triple
7 minutes
Qs?
into this track here. Yeah, I put back on the triple Q position today. And SSNT. What is wrong with me? And S triple Qs.
Yep.
I gotta say, yesterday, this continues on. We try to be as honest as possible, as transparent as possible, even when some people don't want us to be transparent. And that's a slide on a couple people. The reality is that Jason and I don't know what we're doing.
Nope.
We don't. Jason just said cover the triple Qs. We covered them at 30. All the triple Qs, the balance at 38. We sold the S triple Qs at 1050 yesterday, and today I was buying them back at 990, and I re-shorted the triple Qs at 345.
We did pretty well on that timing.
We did good, but we don't know why. We don't know why we're short other than we're hedged. I have no thesis. I'm being honest with you. I don't get it. I see rent increases. I see cost increases across the board. I don't know what delusional scenarios the Fed sees. Transitory, my
agree.
whatever.
Yeah. Give me a break.
We're going to buy back $100 billion worth of securities.
A month.
$120 billion a month.
Yeah,
120
$120
a month.
Doesn't sound like tapering to me.
$40 billion in mortgage-backed securities.
I know.
And then today we wake up to a commodity collision. Can someone tell me why?
Strong dollar.
Why?
It shouldn't be strong. But you know what? Let's play devil's advocate for just a second. Look around the world. I mean, who else has a strong dollar? What other fiat currency is strong? Who else is printing? Who else is monetizing debt? Who else is propping up their markets? Who else is lying about devaluing their dollar? China.
China.
What else do we have going on? Unrest geopolitical. We now have missiles being launched in defense. From what I've seen, the Iron Dome in play, blocking missiles being lobbed from Palestine. We have Israel defending themselves by all accounts. I don't see anything differently there. If you have a different opinion, I'd like to see it in the chat room. What else do we have? We've got North Korea. Now they're saying that they're out of food. I mean, we've got supply chain shortages everywhere. Even Starbucks saying they're having trouble with the supplies. I mean, this world is broken right now. Ever since COVID, we're trying to recover, and we're having trouble. Look at steel. We've got lumber issues. We've got human capital issues. People don't want to go back to work. Governments are incentivizing people to stay home, depending on what state you're in, based on what the governor's ideological beliefs are. You've got states that are giving people more money to stay home than they could make open in the workplace. You got a lot of stuff going on here. So with that being said, you got a lot of volatility. And in order to take an advantage of that volatility, you can't be risk averse. You can't sit home and, just do nothing. I mean, a lot of people are afraid to play any kind of risk. Like, they don't even want to go outside. They don't even want to walk down the street without a mask on, even though nobody's around them. I see people driving their cars, not a Uber or Lyft with other people in the car, driving their cars with their mask on. Like, I just don't get it. So it all comes down to risk, tolerance of risk. And that goes back to the overall geopolitical and world right now we live in. Like Marshall said, it's a world of extremes. You're seeing it playing out everywhere.
Definitely. Risk on world, man.
Absolutely.
Risk on, risk off.
SNT,
No doubt.
some joker, some executive chairman of Ault Global reported a 14% position in SSNT. Stock's 840, 844.
Hey, what did you...
Do you know what they do? SSNT does cybersecurity, sells software, a lot of consulting services around that.
Cybersecurity, yeah. I think we've had some trouble with that.
Hey, we filed the
recently.
13D today on SSNT. Full disclosure, it's available at sec.gov. Go to DPW or Ault Global Holdings. You can see the 13D filed. 14%.
Interesting.
Getting up there.
Very nice.
Oh, boy. Let's cover what else we got going here. Explain why, educate. Why do you file a 13D? You file a 13D when you intend to influence management. When you buy more than 4.99%, you have 10 days to file a 13D. After you go over 10%, you have 2 days to file your transactions. And you're considered an affiliate, so you got to file a Form 4 because you're a large shareholder. And besides the CEO, I think we are the largest shareholder. That CEO, Mark, nice guy, smart guy, run the company a lot of years.
Sure.
I think he's got a big cut. I think combined, though, if we were, I'm not suggesting, by the way, we combine forces. Mark and I are not aligned yet. It could be someday. But I think combined with his 40% and our 14, we would control the company. So maybe that's why it's trading up. I don't know. I have any idea. We started buying that, I think, in the the high threes, right?
Yeah.
We like the software sector. We like cybersecurity. For all my detractors out there, all they said that was I needed a cannabis stock and I'd be set, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know everything. It's a holding company.
Yep.
It holds other things. Ault Global Holdings, a diversified holding company. People get texts all the time. You own all these different things. Yes. And?
All right. Well, what is a holding company again?
It's a company that holds other things.
Gotcha.
What would they care if those other things were undervalued?
Yeah, exactly.
We buy undervalued assets that we perceive to be undervalued. It's like Friedman. We got hit in Friedman today because apparently yesterday people needed steel, and today people need less steel.
Yeah.
Well, that's a long laugh.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So
That's what happened.
Undervalued assets holding company.
Yes.
Let me tell you something about undervalued assets. There's a guy sitting to my immediate right that I thought was an undervalued asset. And guess what? Now we have him with us. We're a holding company. We've got Marshall here,
He
baby.
lured you in, man. You're
Yeah,
in the
give me some,
lair.
baby. Give me
You
some.
got me, dog. You hooked me, man. I couldn't spit the hook.
And guess what? He's going to provide value to us,
yeah,
to the
for sure.
shareholders, to
That's right.
everyone around him. Welcome
100%.
aboard, man.
Thank
Hey,
you, brother.
it's
Appreciate that.
it's not section 3 yet. Huh. That's
Well,
strange.
Let's go into it,
No,
man.
I want to cover some news and catalysts. Let's stay on topic, man.
All right, I like it.
What
Get your
other
money
news
right,
did
man.
you have today? Get your money
Get your
right.
money right, man.
By the
on,
way,
man.
those of you who don't know, I spend a little time with Grant Cardone, so I can't help but get my money right.
You got to get your money right, man.
Well, we could talk
Exactly.
about mortgage rates.
No. You know, one thing I want to diverge on
Yeah.
a little bit is just curious with you guys. Did you see this whole same-sex couple can't adopt thing?
No, I didn't see that.
No.
So the Supreme Court sided with the Catholic group. Mm-hmm. I want to bring this up here. Look at. Let's pull this up on the screen. I think we're going to see more about this. It's a big deal. It was a 9-0 decision. The decision could make it easier for religious groups and organizations, individuals participate in government programs to refuse LGBTQ EFG.
Yeah.
What is all that stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is
They're all
LG?
over
I know what some
Lesbian,
of them-
gay, BTQ.
Yeah, lesbian, gay, bi,
Bi,
trans,
trans.
questionable.
Is that what it is?
I think
Questionable?
so.
Something like that.
It's not cute.
Oh, questioning.
Questioning.
It's not
Sorry.
questionable.
Is that really true?
Yeah, it is.
Questioning?
Yeah, they don't know, like, where they lie in that
What's the plus?
that hierarchy.
Oh, yeah, there's
You
a
know
plus.
what?
Organization.
There's a
You know
plus.
what my,
I don't know what
you
that
know
is.
what my
like
daughter
Yeah.
said, who's
and-
15? She said, your sex is genetic. Your gender is whatever you think it is.
Yeah, that's what they're saying that biologically, your sex is biologically, you're biologically a man,
Right.
but your gender is whichever one you choose.
Yeah, what you identify as.
What you
like, in
identify
your
as.
Can I
side.
identify as this chair?
I identify as a he-man, ultra male, alpha male.
Nice.
That's what I identify as. G.I. Joe. That's me, dog.
But what they're saying is that they can restrict same-sex couples from being a foster parent.
yeah, that I didn't see that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And the Supreme Court ruled 9-0. 9-0.
No
9-0.
Not even a dissenting opinion.
Not one dissenting
Wow,
opinion.
That's
You know,
okay.
it's interesting because for all of the red blood that's in me, but as a New Yorker, I don't know if I like that.
I don't know if I like it
I don't
either. I
know.
think that kids
why
need
can't they be parents?
kids need families.
No doubt.
And quite honestly, if I were homeless or a foster kid and a lesbian couple adopted me, so be it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can have two moms or two dads.
Yeah, that doesn't say that they're not in a loving home, and they're not
They're
going
not
to
going to make you gay.
Yeah,
you don't
no,
get
it's-
made gay.
It's
Make
wild,
you.
man.
I think you're born with it. I mean, that's kind of my.
interesting. I like to
detail.
read more into that.
Another discussion. Are you
What?
born with it or do you transition to it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's all over my pay grade.
Toadman
We're in a different
says,
world, man.
Toadman asks, hey guys, so how did you like BCTX yesterday? Did you pick some of that up? The answer is no. And I didn't get a look at it, Toadman, but we thank you for the $20 super chat, and we'd like to look at it right now, actually.
Oh yeah, thanks for the super chat, Toad.
Absolutely, BCTX. Todd, do you want to pull it up on the trading
definitely
view?
Can we
worth
get to that in 1
quick
second when
analysis.
we go back to?
Yeah, we absolutely can.
Another headline. Let's pull it up here. Let's pull it up on my screen. Supreme Court rejects GOP challenge to Obamacare.
Yes. 7-2, if I recall.
Was it 7-2?
With Alito dissenting. Yeah, 7-2, if I recall. I might be wrong, but I think it is. 7-2.
No, you're right. 7-2.
Okay.
Um,
Gorsuch dissent, I believe.
The Supreme Court did not address the constitutionality of Obamacare's individual mandate, or which it can be separated from the remainder of the law. The two other issues raised by the states.
Yeah, the tax to breathe, so to speak.
Because if you're alive, you got to be covered, right?
Yeah, the mandate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, there was ways to be exempt from that.
Was there?
Yeah, absolutely. Religious means, other means.
Yeah. Yep. There's always exemptions.
So
Yep.
Why do we cover it? If I were out there and I was watching Risk On, I'd say, what is this about? Was this a stock show? No, this is all about risk. Risk on is a term used by Wall Street. Risk on, risk off. Today was a risk up your rear. Today, it was like a mess. It was like a mess. Hey, help us get our money right. By the way, with
Get
your
your money
questions,
right.
because Jason and I are lost. We don't know where to spend money. Can I give you guys a real world example of this? I'm going to give you like an in-depth example of this. So today I woke up to calamity, and that's a understatement. And so I went and I looked at my positions and I thought, square foot, I own the common stock, and I know the management there. I like them. Stock's moving well. Mm-hmm. And let's go. Is this a
I know
one
these
day?
guys.
1 day chart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. 1 day chart. I woke up to this. Look, pull this up on the screen. Let's stay here.
Yep.
Please stay on the screen. Stock rallies. Stock pulls back, rallies again.
Yep.
Stock pulls back, rallies again. And I literally saw this and thought, what the heck? Square foot is up over 10% in 1 day. And it was a mania. I was like, wait, commodities are down and hard assets are up. I'm like, what the? And so I literally sold 50,000 shares at 450 around that time frame, like 445, 4 something. It rallied all over the place. And then I look back, and I'm not kidding, like an hour and a half later, Jason, I was with you, and I'm like, Jason, I think the stock is 380. It was 380. So I bought 70,000 shares back.
Yep.
Below $4, give or
Easy.
take.
Yeah.
By the way, it's not a recommendation you guys do this, but I was like thinking to myself, what in the heck is happening here? A REIT that has 10% volatility in a couple hours? For what purpose? I mean, this is like a calamity to me. Asset prices are strange. Freeport was on sale.
It was on sale.
It was like, give it away. You couldn't give the damn thing away fast enough. And I put on silver yesterday. Of course, listen, all of you need to understand this. I'm a professional. I've been doing it a long time. There are many times where I buy something and I lose money right away. I literally bought silver yesterday. Yesterday. And I woke up to a 10% loss this morning. I texted Jason. I said, what in the hell did I do? I owned silver for not even 24 hours, and I was getting pummeled for doing it. Like someone's beating the heck out of me.
We got
So don't feel bad if you're a trader. Y'all make mistakes. Y'all. Get your money right.
Come on, y'all.
Come on, y'all. Get your money right. And that's my tribute to Grant Cardone. I'm going to keep doing that.
It's just a funny saying that we say around here. It's not a pejorative or a negative.
No, it's not
no,
negative. We
not at
love
all.
Grant. Come on, get your money right.
Get your money right, man.
Get your money right.
Come on, man.
Come on, Alt. Get your money right. Write me a check. Write me a check right
man.
now.
You want to buy this real estate, man.
Yeah, get my deal right now.
Come on, you want to be in my deal, man.
This is my jet. This is my helicopter.
Come
Get
on,
my
man.
jet.
I'll take you with me, man. Wish you were here on
Come on.
vacation with me, man.
That's funny.
I didn't invite you, but I wish you were here with me.
Get your money right.
Get your money right.
All right. It's section 3, and one of my favorite, and I'm going to let Marshall take the dollar up, commodities down, copper to a 2-month low,
Yeah.
Freeport down. Will surge after inflation, infrastructure bill.
So let me jump on this, all right?
Yeah, go, baby.
All right. So we actually touched on a lot of this stuff, but let me see if I could kind of encapsulate at least my thinking process about what's going on with the market today
macro.
on the macro. 'Cause, I mean, again, when you pull yourself out of it, the macro is going to give you, the roadmap, I think. At least it's been proven to be that way, and at least it can give you some perspective on what's going on. The reason why we're in, commodities are down and we're in this upside down feel and everything is wacky, it's because the dollar's ripping, which we weren't expecting to happen.
Yeah.
So one of the things you got to remember is that the dollar leads the way. The saying the Rangers lead the way. Well, the dollar is the Rangers in that analogy. So if you have a ripping dollar, you can't have ripping commodities. Period. Can you pull up DXY?
It's true.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, can you throw that on the screen, gents? Okay, so that's an hourly on DXY. That's the dollar. Okay, the Fed had a meeting. You see, what is that? Between the 16th and the 17th, the Fed had their meeting.
5
FOMC.
It's a 5 minute.
Oh, that's a 5 minute.
Let me put the
Put
hourly
the
on.
hour on
Yeah.
there. So you could see the downtrend and what happened in the downtrend. We've been experiencing all commodities up, copper up, silver up, gold up, crypto up, and then we have a turn there. So what I really am noticing is that in this new dynamic, the dollar is everything is really sensitive to the dollar. That's what it seems to be.
Yep.
So we've been wondering, well, what's going on with crypto? Crypto's kind of finding its footing. Well, it's simple. The dollar was turning, right? But what I do love to see now is that crypto is at 37 hovering. It didn't go below 30. It didn't hit 32 or 33
Yeah.
while we were experiencing this dollar spike. So that's something to keep an eye on. But as far as commodities are concerned, I think they may be in a position now where they kind of, if this continues to happen, that they kind of stay. I don't see them ripping any further.
Yeah.
If we have a strong dollar, which is all manipulation. So,
Yep.
so this is the point, is that technically from a macroeconomic standpoint, this shouldn't be occurring.
That's agreeable.
So this is all manipulation to stave off inflation. So if this continues, commodities will basically stay at the levels they're at. However, I do believe that once the infrastructure bill is passed, then we're going to have a spike in commodities again, especially construction material costs.
Yeah.
So this thesis, this drum that we've been banging on this show is absolutely correct. Okay, we see it in real life. Everybody watching this sees it. You recognize that it's occurring. This is the the powers that be in the system trying to halt it from happening, because it is going to be very disruptive. It's going to be a destructionary force to the middle class and to the wealth in the country. Okay, and I think that the longer term effects that we've been talking about may just be pushed on a little bit further. But this is very interesting to watch. It's the dollar strength. Watch the dollar strength, because if the dollar continues this way, a lot of what we said is going to be prolonged until, I don't know, until the levee breaks, I guess.
You got short-term statistical noise. You got the media backing the manipulation, in my opinion. Yeah, this is what you have right now. Now, is it going to be sustainable? Marshall and I think the answer to that is no. I mean, the real world is actually going to show its ugly side.
Yes.
I mean, look at used cars. I didn't even talk about the auto industry. I know a guy that works in the auto industry. He's actually in the office right now. He's actually a little bit concerned about the auto industry.
Yep.
I mean, you're looking at pre-owned vehicles that are what once were X amount of dollars in the NADA, trade-in value, are now up like 25%, 30%.
Exactly.
Like, nothing's changed about the vehicles. The miles are still high.
Yep.
But the fact of the matter is, it's just inflation. You just have issues with supply chain, everything. It's just bad.
Yep. Just-in-time supply chain.
Yep.
Massive labor force at home. I don't know why everyone thinks, listen, if you go out to a restaurant, go to a hotel, go anywhere, the people aren't there. The staff isn't there.
Yep.
Okay, and there isn't a line out the door for guys who want to sit on an assembly line and slam fenders on Fords. We're not that country anymore. We're not that world. At least here, that's not our actual reality. So in my opinion, the way I see it, I see this as a manipulation. There's the underlying mechanics and macro of it all doesn't prove this out. It doesn't flush it out accurately to me. However, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So while this is occurring on the markets, because there's a reaction. Something happens in the market, one thing goes up, another thing goes down. They're all interrelated and connected. So it may be disconnected from reality, but as long as that is actually occurring, then we have to trade accordingly.
Yeah, how do we profit from it?
Yeah, exactly.
Have to think like the market, think like what you anticipate, what's going to happen. I mean, we know what we think should happen, but that's not always the case.
Exactly.
I mean, when you look at like the Yankees pitching with Garrett Cole, they're going against the Colorado Rockies with Chichi Gonzalez. Cole's a 3-1 favorite, but you know what? The Rockies are going to pull it out 1 out of 3 times usually.
Yeah.
So you got to remember that.
Exactly.
Nothing's ever certain except death and taxes. So you have to adjust.
As we
Totally.
get towards the end of the section, I want to tell everybody, those of you who do follow ALZN, ALZN, and for the full disclosure, I am the largest shareholder from a pecuniary interest standpoint. My firm, Ault Global Holdings, Ault & Company, Ault Life Sciences, a bunch of Ault firms. We all own a lot of stock. I've not sold any shares, by the way, so be clear. And can't, by the way. Right now I'm locked up. I just heard and saw the announcement that the underwriter has fully exercised the over-allotment. So the deal that was going to be $12.5 million closed at $14.4 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the company got more. The IPO more than doubled in the first 2 days. It went up to 29, high 33.55. Stock's in the 10.40, 10.20 range. I think it closed around $10 today. And in the aftermarket, they announced that fully took the whole full overallotment. And for full disclosure, I'm no longer the chairman of the company. I'm still, of course, the founder. You can't take away that I was the founder. And I'm chairman emeritus, which is a nice way of saying, you go sit in the corner, young man. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, Will Horn took over as chairman. Will has a biotech background. He helped run a biotech venture capital firm in Seattle. Is very well qualified to be the chairman of that company, and so we're proud of him. And with that, Marshall, why don't you finish out the section 3 here on the commodity side of it? If anything else you want to add before we go on to section 4.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it. I think one of the biggest things, the biggest takeaway that I believe is watching the dollar and understanding that even though in your reality this doesn't make sense, so you may want to trade based on what your current reality is, but you can't. The market is the market. It's never wrong, even if it's disconnected from your current reality. We have to try to figure out how to make investments that are in accordance with the market that are going to be profitable. So it is upside down world and it's extreme world, and we don't understand why, but it is what it is.
One thing's reigning with me about you, like it's ringing true, and I'm accepting your hypothesis that we live in this world of extremes.
Yeah.
Extreme opinions, extreme actions,
Emotions.
emotions.
Yeah, that emotion.
Yeah, I tell you a sad story. I moved to Vegas, and my gardener, who's been taking care of the property for about, I don't know, like 8 or 10 years.
A long time. Yeah.
A long time. Really nice family man. Hispanic, I believe. Takes care of his family. He was lived next door to somebody. Apparently got a restraining order because this person was upset, allegedly, that the gardener was with his wife. This is all, I don't know whether it's true or not. And so the gardener, my gardener was not staying at home for fear for his life, came to take his family on a vacation, a camping trip for the weekend. The guy next door comes over and kills him.
Whoa.
And so my gardener was murdered about a week and a half ago in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, Marshall,
Jeez.
Jeez Louise. I thought, extremes, man. Really?
Yeah, man.
You're going to kill somebody because they may be having an affair with your wife. I get the emotion, but I get that this is just like crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then I think about where I used to live in Orange County. That young boy, 6 years old, gets killed by a guy and his girlfriend driving in a car because the mom cut him off and didn't see the kid in the back seat, shot into the car and killed the 6-year-old. Now, of course, they're under arrest.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
What goes through people's mind that they think it's going to be okay? What did they think of the outcome of shooting into a car or killing another person?
Oh, they're not thinking.
That little kid in North Dakota was riding a bike and just got taken off the bike and stabbed 25 times, killed. Terrible. Crazy stuff
We
So
going
my
live in a
on.
point
wild world,
wasn't to
man.
be Debbie Downer, but
Yeah.
to say, Marshall, I think it's really ringing true. I think I give okay advice. Sometimes, business-wise, I think I give better advice. But you're part of that extremes are the reason why we're founding this thing called Big Business with Todd Ault. We didn't want to launch it till after the IPO. We didn't want to sound too promotional. But I thought, Marshall, you could kind of take people through what you thought we'd be doing in it and why we want people to sign up for it. The number's 949-799-1831. Put in BIG, B-I-G. But Marshall, I was kind of hoping you could walk everyone through the idea of how it's going to get started.
So definitely the big business with Todd Ault and Marshall Wilkinson is a call that's going to occur once a week between 60 and 90 minutes. And it's going to be an opportunity for everyone who is interested, who wants to be involved, who's part of the Risk On Army, to get some time with Todd and I. And I will say this is going to be specifically for entrepreneurs, small business owners, salespeople, realtors, investors, and traders. I mean, this is going to be a business call. Obviously, you're watching this for business, but it's going to be a business call. It's really for anyone who's looking to take their business to the next level. How to start a business, how to run a business, what's required. Once you get your money, how do you keep your money? Once you're able to put some money together, how do you deploy it to earn alpha, taxes, etc. It's an opportunity for you to get in front of us, for us to get in front of you, to meet each other, and to help you take your business and your entire game to the next level based on the experience that we have in our life and in our operation and business. And it's also an avenue for us to get into a real deep dive. I mean, we can get into it here, but there's a lot that we have to cover on this show. But the Big Business with Todd Ault call is going to be a deep dive into trading, investing, IPO, how to run a business, how to scale a business, how to manage people's sales and negotiation, closing, how to get customers, marketing. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to being a successful business person. And we're going to do that on a rolling 4-week calendar. So we've made a commitment to do that once a week, and we're just going to keep doing it. We're just going to keep rolling, and hopefully we can meet as much people as possible and help as many people as we can. And by the way, it's extremely affordable. This isn't by any means any sort of money grab, upselling deal. This is a real thing. You get in front of us on a call. We get to meet each other, and it's a 360 win for everyone.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
One of the things that's transpired for me over a long time is I probably made every mistake in the book, and that's why I have some haters. But it's okay. I get that. But I got a lot of contacts on Wall Street, bankers, people raising capital, allocating capital, money managers, investors. And so when we're doing this call and we're learning about your business questions, it's going to lead to us understanding what it is you want to do with your business or what business you want to go into. I saw one person, I want to say it was Papa Gorilla, who says that they're talking about building some houses, right? Well, I got my curiosity, and she's I'd love to see Papa in the group, right? Because I want to talk to him about what he's doing in housing.
No brainer.
We need deal flow. And so sometimes, hey, I've been on these calls before where, and I don't even know what I'm saying. Every time I'm on a call, every time I'm involved with a group, I meet someone who I end up doing business with. I just do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you do.
And that's kind of how I met you in a sense.
Yeah.
We were involved in crypto, and somehow you reached out to me, and I don't know whether it was a call or a conference call, but this is kind of the way this works. And so if we're like-minded and you're on the show and you decide to be in the private call, it allows us to get to know you a little bit and see if there's ways we can. I'll give you an example. I used to own restaurant chains. I've been involved in restaurants that sold to private equity. I've owned individual restaurants, so I kind of have a little bit of an understanding of what Papa's doing. I've been involved in investing in biotech, healthcare, medical devices, finance companies, automobile companies. I mean, like auto repair, auto repair shops, oil and gas places where that Easy Lube thing.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, just everything under the sun you can think of. Hey, yesterday, man, I was involved in a call for something for tennis called the Slinger Bag. Have you guys heard of Slinger Bag? I never even heard of it.
No.
It's a public company, too. I never even heard of it, called Slinger Bag.
What the
And they were talking to me about doing a deal. I'm like, Slinger Bag? And like, yeah, it's public. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Slinger Bag. You should look it up. I don't even know what it is. He goes, I paid $800 for this bag. I'm like, Slinger Bag? But apparently it's something to do with tennis,
Yeah.
And so we learn something every day on these kind of calls. And so when I talked to him over the last year and some change, I talked to Marshall about how could we do business together. And he said, hey, I'll come over and help you put these calls together because he's an expert in training. You can see that in his construction calls and what he does with contractors and stuff like that. And so we're pretty darn excited about it.
And I just want to say that's who you are, right? I'm your friend, but I'm sitting next to you right now.
Sure.
You love doing business with people and learning from people. And I want to say another thing. The reason why I'm so convicted and bullish on this call is because I know, and you do too, everyone watching this knows, the internet is filled with people telling you, teaching you things they know nothing about. This is a new era.
Sure.
If you want to know about finance and stocks and activism and taking over companies, you want to learn about sales, negotiation, managing people, being that type of guy, right here. So, I see people spend $250,000.
By the way, I know one person that did that, by the way.
Me too.
A couple.
Yeah, exactly. They spend
Real
$250,000.
money.
Yeah, to get in a group with somebody to tell them how to do something they never done before.
Right.
Like,
and they got
like-
assigned to a junior person, too.
Is that right?
The main person got him in, and then another person
Yeah.
who's like an associate. Like we were supposed to be doing business with the other person, right?
Right.
Yeah,
These calls are going to be you and I.
yeah, for sure.
I come across contractors. I just want to say, I come across contractors that get in these things, and they pay big money from a guy who never built anything. What can you teach a contractor? Think about it. What can you teach? What can you teach a sales guy? You're not a salesperson. You never negotiated a deal in your life.
Hey, it's not, by the way, just us. Jason, as you guys know, the reason I had him on the show and have him on the show is because Jason's a risk analysis guy. And where does he get that from? Playing poker, looking at the odds. And Jason's changed my game. I go to him all the time and say, kind of, what's risk reward here? What do you see as downside? Let's look at this from an analysis on an individual position. And leave it, even on a day like today, we got hit for 1%, right, Jason?
Yeah.
It felt a lot worse than it was. It's actually less than 1%, by the way.
Nobody likes to lose.
Yeah, but Jason and I don't like having a down day. By the way, Jason, you know it's probably actually 0.5%, and then now with SSNT rallying, there's no percent.
Well, it felt a lot worse than it was.
Because we own 700,000 shares of SSNT. It's up over $1 in the aftermarket.
That's massive.
Wow.
Ooh. But we're not sellers yet.
No.
So
I hope you joined the call.
Yeah. So text BIG to 949-799. Is that 1831?
That is
Pop
1831.
that on the screen, or
Yep.
you can reach out to Todd and I. DM us on Instagram. We'll get you plugged in. The site will be up soon, but start communicating with us now.
One
so
thing
we
I
roll
like
this
to
thing
believe
out.
in, by the way, if you don't like the call, you join it, and you don't like the call, just tell us, we'll cancel you. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, we're not. It's like we just want you to show up and be on that call for an hour and a half, share your experiences, ask your questions.
Yeah. Nobody's being
We'll
held
cover
hostage.
topics all the time. So Soundwave, is it Ollie? I own a used car dealership in Toronto. Business is booming since February. I bet it is, man. I bet it is. I know a lot of people saying used car business is out of control.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like out of control.
Yep.
That you're selling cars back for premium prices. They can't get a hold of it. It's rare.
Lease turn-ins. You have equity.
Crazy.
I mean, you got cash
Crazy.
cars that are now in play.
Exactly.
You've got, and this is interesting because you can go and buy new cars at 0% rate, but it's still not. It's
they
crazy.
have 'em.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have
Skyla,
Yes.
before we get into section 4, I guess we're kind of leaning to section 5 a little bit here.
Yeah.
What do you got on the horizon for us? By the way, we're going to be at an exciting conference in Miami. Those of you who live in Miami, text 949-799-1831 if you're in the area down in Miami and you watch the show.
Yes.
Might have a drink with you down there. We're going to be in Miami over the weekend for a conference with the great Richie Dolan.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
It's going to be great.
We're speaking at a conference, Marshall and I. I don't know. I know why Marshall's speaking, but why would I be speaking? Jeez Louise. Hey, Skylab, give it to
Yeah.
us.
All right. Why did the onion get flustered when he opened the fridge? He saw the salad dressing.
I saw the salad.
Took a second for me, man. I was like, wait, let me put that
They're
together.
slow at that one. Because he saw the salad
So the
dressing.
salad dressing.
Crypto Joe.
Marshall, can
In
you
the
build
chat.
a bunch of homes in Vegas and only sell them to locals? I can't compete with these California
Defector
offers.
You put together 300 people that want to do that. You
Ooh.
bet I'll build a home for you, dog.
Blaze, you make a good point there.
You put some people up, I will do it.
You know,
We will
today
do it.
I was offered an opportunity to buy $25 million worth of land in Utah to build 300 homes.
300.
Something like that. 300 homes.
Was it a tax abatement? You got any tax incentives on that?
They said something cockamamie about how they're their own country or something, or they make their own rules, their own jurisdiction.
Where is this?
Outside of Utah, St. George area.
There's some places in Nevada too now.
Yeah.
There's some counties. Nye County's one of them, I think. Hey, we missed a couple of these super
big.
chats.
Okay, let's
Oh,
get
what's
it's
not
good to
missing
be
super
king.
chat? What the heck?
Yeah, it's good to be king. $9.99 super chat
Toad
asking.
Man, $20. Richard Ritter, always in the house. Whoa, slow down, man.
Yeah.
We're getting out of control
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Toadman, of
Whoa,
course.
whoa. What's that? Is that DRDP 29 $5?
BCTX.
Hold on. What intel led you to believe that something was close with Naked Monday? Cricket sense. Well, obviously, I have some contacts that know the company, and they got a lot of dough, and so I've been hearing things that they're going to buy something, but it hasn't panned out yet. DRDP 29. I don't know. I bought more. It's down. I'm sure people are frustrated with it, but I'm going to be patient. What do you guys think about PTIX?
PTIX, off the top of my head, they have like central nervous system drugs. Let me take a look at that. I think I'm right on that. Let me take a
This
look.
person said it's good to be the king. Bought 10,000 shares of ALZN.
Wow.
Wow, I hope you got it at a good price.
PTIX $3.37. Looks like they're waiting
Don't
on
buy
news.
ALZN on my behalf. Come on,
See
man. I'm a big
here.
shareholder. I'm completely biased. But I am biased, by the way.
Hey, King. Looks like a good reversal on the daily. RSI's a little heavy, 61. I'm
Sup with
assuming they're
bacon.
waiting on news for this biotech. It looks like it's been alerted by a few whales on StockTwits. Yeah, Mr. Investor's all over this. Be careful with that. He'll drop his bomb on your head. Yeah, low float. I'd have to look at their drugs to see what's going on, what phase they're in. But from a standpoint of value, it looks like it's getting a lot of attention here on a reversal. So, yeah, if you're in the $2, $2.50 range, you're in good shape. Just keep
What
an
is
eye
this
on it.
question? Satish? Todd, can you buy 50 million shares of DPW with the money you have received from ALZN IPO? No. The money from ALZN IPO is for the drug development. Come on, the 2 drugs. I don't have access to that money, man.
You guys know how that
I'm not even
works.
on the bank accounts at ALZN. I was on the board. I don't even write a check there. I don't have any control of the capital.
Satish says, Todd, can you buy the entire float of DPW? That's basically what he's saying.
When are we going to see some green in DPW? I ask the same question every day. They're making it cheaper for me. That's what they are.
And we're doing our best.
Yeah, exactly. Can we go back to the super chats? I want to answer all the super chats questions. Slow down.
Oh,
here.
BCTX. Let's look at
Any
that.
updates on your thought on NAC? Hey, NAC.
Yeah, NAC
Pebble
attack.
Mines.
Nothing yet,
The
man.
NAC attack.
We're beholden to China and their rare earth minerals because
Did Richard Ritter say he was in Pennsylvania?
Was that Richard?
I think he said Pennsylvania.
Papa
auto
G's in
shop?
Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Richard, are you going to come out to the Risk On conference? It's 3 days. You're going to come out on a Thursday
Yeah, I
night,
think he already said in the
Friday,
chat.
Saturday, Sunday.
He said in the chat.
We're
he's
going to
gonna,
have stuff
uh,
all weekend. It'll be crazy. Can we go up a
Heck
little
yeah.
further? Can I see the more BTCX? Oh, hold on a second. The 20 Toad Man?
Yeah, that's the Toad Man.
He brought this up to us already. What is BCTX?
I don't really like BCTX.
Why?
Oh, it's a Canadian pharmaceutical management of cancer. I don't know. I have to look at their pipeline. It's tough to judge these biotechs right off the rip because there's a lot of things involved. Cash burn, cash on hand. We're beholden to the FDA.
Yeah. What do you not have that off the top of your head? Like
Yeah, I
Jim
don't have
Cramer?
the top of.
10,000 tickers and all the balance
I
sheets.
don't have
and every
like
one
10,
of them.
10 employees just searching stuff for me all day. It's just a one-man show here.
Come on, man.
Consolidation on
Get
the
your money
daily.
right, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look very interesting to me. Just my opinion. What do I know?
Wanna extend or-
But PTIX looks better than BCTX, in my opinion.
What is CBLAQ? Do you know what that is?
It's probably OTC. I don't mess with that. Oh, it's Jatendra. Oh, wait a minute. For Jatendra, I will look at that. 'cause-
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't just throw it away.
Nice.
man.
Yeah. CB.
We're going to go over, by the way.
Let's take a look.
We're not even close to being done.
12-cent stock.
Get the show organized, and all of a sudden it's longer and
Wow,
longer.
low
and-
volume today. What does this thing do? That's okay if we go over a little bit. Self-managed, self-administered, integrated real estate investment trust. Wow, a small read, huh?
Let's look at that. Hey, it's important. A couple things to us. Papa wants to build a 30 apartment buildings. We're interested in that.
Yeah.
Bought 25,000 shares of, wow.
Wow, what's here?
Well, ALZN. Wow.
Is that the loader?
Wow.
Wow.
Loader 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
What do we got here?
Remember- You got to be a little patient there. It's a biotech. You normally got to go into humans and do all kinds of things. So take your time with that.
Wow, Jatendra, 25 million market cap. Huge float.
Read the prospectus, man.
I hope you guys read the prospectus. It's important to understand what ALZN is. I'm a very long-term shareholder, so I have a very big macro view on Alzheimer's and a macro view on how important that's going to be to society. And I'm a believer that this is my own personal opinion. I'm not speaking for the company. I don't think that Biogen has anything. I think
Jatendra
the drug
Clark.
is weak, and I think that we are working on things.
Let me look at this.
Let's go. Bring it on.
Q4 revenue, 154 million. This is interesting to me. I'm going to dig into this. I'm going to
Remember,
report
it's
back on
important
this
to understand this show is for entertainment purposes. We're sharing with you what we're doing. You got to know whether you're qualified to buy those kind of positions. You got to talk to your financial advisor, and that's not just me saying that. I'm not it may feel like I'm a gambler, but I'm not a gambler. Wow, bought some more DPW today, base flyer. Wow. This is not a show about DPW. Soon that symbol's going to change. AGH, I think. Anyways.
HGH? I could use some HGH.
AG.
AGH.
We're going to HGH our balance sheet, that's for sure.
Hey, I want to cover something super important to us. We're going to have the 100th episode of Risk On. And if you guys could literally, Josh, can you walk people through, if you could send us a 5-second video, 10-second video, we're going to make a montage of all the people that follow us. We're going to be giving away some stuff on the 100th episode. We're going to do this right. It'll be a longer episode. We're going to try to bring people live on Zoom that we know if you want to come live. Text 100 to 949-799-1831. Josh will arrange to make sure we get your video and whether you're willing to come on camera, talk about your business, whether you'd like to talk about what risk you're taking in your life, what's the riskiest thing you're doing now, that kind of thing. Text 949-799-1831 and put in 100 in there, and we'll cover that with you real quick. Can we get Randy in real quick?
Yeah, I'll go get him.
We're gonna have a couple minutes. Don't leave us here. We're only have a couple minutes. Risk on Sports, and then we're gonna get back to real estate syndication.
Todd, 1 second.
Yeah.
There's a post out. Josh, do you see that post from Hudson Trader?
What's it say?
All right, I'll read it. Hudson Trader says ALZN failed 2B trial for the exact drug already twice. Redo attempt. Be careful, but maybe a good stock.
No, not true. No, that's not true. Absolutely not true. What you're referring to is many years ago, long before ALZN is, that drug had an adjunct in it. This is not a failed trial drug. Absolutely not true. Zero truth to that.
I just wanted to set the record straight.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I know what he's referring to. He's referring to a pharmaceutical company. I'll remember the name. It was in San Diego, and they had.
He already apologized.
Don't be apologized. No, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's all right. Listen, there's no reason to apologize. ALZN did not. So there's two drugs: AL001, which is a lithium compound, and there's an immunotherapy with a mutant peptide AL002. While it's true that there was some research in conjunction with the one that failed because it paraded water to the brain, it had an adjunct in it. This mutant peptide does not have an adjunct in it. And the reason why Dr. Chow, who developed it at the University of South Florida, loves this drug is because it unfolds these tangles in the brain and does not use an adjunct to do this, right? So inflammation or water on the brain, right, hydrophilicity on the brain is not a side effect. It's been tested in animals, and it's going, we hope, into humans this year. So a big difference in that drug. But I understand that if you looked at immunotherapy and you looked at some of the research, you could deduce that was the same drug, but it's not. The mutant peptide AL001, AL002, Chow22W, that is completely developed separately from that other drug you're referring to in San Diego that failed. And I'm very aware of what the consequences have been about Alzheimer's drugs that have failed. There is a plethora of failure, and if you look at our strategy, the strategy at ALZN, and you can read this in the prospectus, is to understand that we have a lithium compound. Lithium is already approved by the FDA. So read into the prospectus and understand our strategy for the drug. You'll get that it's kind of a risk-off strategy in the sense that we have a repurposed drug in AL001, which is lithium co-crystallized proline and salicylate, far different than lithium carbonate. So take a look at that and understand it. Hey, I might even have I'm talking to the CEO about coming in and talking about the drug and coming on my show, so we'll definitely cover that. But please do me a favor. I beg of you, if you're buying AL001, or if you're buying ALZN, take a look at a video that was out on YouTube the other day. The guy does a great job of describing everything. Mm-hmm. But read the prospectus, man. Just take some time to read it because, it's a risk-on investment for me. I got a lot of money invested in it. I'm a big fan.
One more thing. SSNT in the after hours.
What?
SSNT in the after hours.
Yeah.
On very high alert, 870 after
Holy
hours.
Toledo.
When I say high alert, I mean the highest of alerts from certain people.
Wow.
Mentioning a certain other company that may or may not have a 13D filed.
Wow.
Yeah.
100th episode needs to be like Carson anniversary show. Montage of tuxedos, and maybe we can have a monkey pee on Jason's head. It's good to be the king.
Why not just go poo?
This guy that says good to be the king has Mel Brooks in his, which I love. You know, I'm a huge, gigantic master, like out of control fan of Mel Brooks. I mean, totally, completely out of control fan of Mel Brooks. And he has It's Good to Be the King, which means he's one of my favorite shows. He's quite. Oh my gosh, what time is it?
3:30.
No, it's 2:16.
Okay.
I have a hard stop. Not right now, but I have a hard stop for a call at 2:30. But that doesn't mean we need to stop here. Joe, what's going on, my man?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
You got anything in sports?
I do. Come on, it's Euro Cup.
Let's go.
Soccer. Germany bummed me out, man. They got their own goal. It really sucked.
They scored their own goal.
Yeah, it was an own goal. It was
Oh,
0-1
God.
France. It was the France-Germany matchup, you know, and Germany
Jeez.
surrendered. Apparently.
Wow, that's a reverse.
Does
Yeah.
anyone watch soccer?
It's the biggest sport in the world,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last time I saw soccer was like, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing
I
sport.
watched ladies soccer.
I don't even know the rules of soccer.
I don't even
Nothing
understand
about
that.
it. What's
All
that?
I know is the ball
Ladies
goes back
soccer.
and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, and then
Back
they
and
go
forth,
nuts.
back and forth, back and forth. Go!
Yeah, that's
Back
like
and
every
forth,
sport
back and
but
forth, back and
baseball.
forth, back and forth,
That's about
back and
right.
forth.
Yeah,
Go!
it's like hockey on grass, like kind of
Todd,
like that.
Todd, at least it's better than basketball. There's some excitement there. You could play the last 30 seconds of basketball and pick every game in the last 30 seconds.
I really come to respect the way basketball is played.
I like basketball.
Are you kidding?
Those guys are players. Hey, I'm not saying I'm
Dunk
not
or a
I want to be
three-pointer,
clear.
there's no action in the
I want to be
game
clear.
anymore.
I'm going to be clear. Actually, I am a soccer fan. I just don't watch a lot of it, but I do enjoy watching the goal part. Anything else?
Rugby's a good game.
Anything else over there?
No, I'm looking at Shibu Inu.
What's that?
It's too hard to get, man.
Oh, I saw someone talking about that
It's
the
a
other day.
joke. No,
It's a
don't do
freaking
it.
joke,
Don't do
mate.
it. They're trying to prove the DeFi model.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're playing a jokey joke.
Hey, as we prepare to wrap up here, Marshall,
Yeah.
we are buying a 50-unit building approximately in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And if Josh, what do they have to text to 949 if they want to be part of it?
So right here, Josh, pull up that real estate segment there. Okay, so this is a 50-unit deal, and what I wanted to tell everybody is that the way our criteria looking at deals is over 50 units in a deal. It's got to be a currently cash flowing deal. We want it to be a great building, okay? Affordable rents for the middle class in great locations. Our deals have to meet that criteria. If they don't meet that criteria, we won't even look at it. So go forward, when you hear that we're purchasing deals and we're making acquisitions, that's our criteria. The deal that we're looking at now that we've kind of wrapped up almost is the deal in Vegas. Reflects this. This is our criteria. Okay, you're going to be close to a supermarket. You're going to be close to a Whole Foods, a Starbucks. You're going to be in the right area, affordable rents, over 50 units, and currently cash flowing. These are the type of deals that we're looking for. And when we wrap them up, we'll make them available to you if you want to be on the team and be an investor and be a part of it and receive the benefits. Just text real estate to 949-799-1831. If you could throw that on the screen.
949-799-1831.
Text real estate or reach out to Todd, myself, or Jason. Find us on social media. Send us an email. Let us know you want to be a part of it. But that's the criteria.
I wanted to cover one other thing, too. I had dinner with a really interesting guy last night. Are you comfortable with me rapping about that a little bit, or do you prefer I hold off?
No, sure. Go for it.
So I met a guy that Roland, what's wrong with me? Marshall knows. And I couldn't quite get it took me a while to kind of understand this, right?
Yeah.
But if you like real estate, and I'm talking about like if you are looking for a career in real estate, this guy trains people on how to do it. And actually, I was compelled by it last night.
Yeah.
And when I was compelled with the numbers, I thought to myself, Wow, that's a good living.
Absolutely.
So Marshall's going to be introducing you to a guy. His name's Lance. I'm not going to get into all the details yet because I want to make sure we flush everything out. And he's going to make it available that you guys can learn how to make money in real estate the way he does. And I hate what I'm about to say to you. I hate saying, okay, you don't need any money to buy the real estate. You don't need a lot of dough. You got to pay for the course. That's a different conversation. But I want to know that we're going to bring you a compelling idea here. And I'm actually going to get a family member or two to do the training because I think
Awesome.
it's really powerful. I'm going to get my brother Brennan to do the training because my brother Brennan is a great guy. He's a family man, but he never really found a career that he's really happy with. And I know that he could do this and he could make a lot of money at it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's an interesting scenario about real estate. And this guy has the software, the network, the money to buy the real estate. He provides you the actual information on where to go find the deals.
Yeah. Oh, no question.
It
Everything.
was compelling.
Especially with our support.
And I'm going to meet with him again tonight.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to see him again tonight, correct?
We're going to see him, well, not tonight, but this afternoon.
Oh, is he not? We're not seeing him
I
again?
think he's catching a red eye out tonight.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the show is not just about what risk, but risk you could take to be able to make some extra income for yourself. And I'm pretty compelled by this guy.
No, it's
and
the real
apparently
deal.
he's been doing it for like 20 years.
Yeah, he has been.
And I was overwhelmed by Lance's detail of what's next. You could tell he went to the School of Hard Knocks and he learned,
Yeah.
like things I'd never think of. But he's got a
Absolutely.
pretty competitive. Think about the Naked Army. He's got a competitive army out there
Yes.
of people doing real estate deals with his firm.
Yes.
And so, in effect, you're like your own real estate entrepreneur. You're out doing deals, and I'm not joking with you. You're and when it comes down to it, you got to be able to take a picture, upload the property, and that's kind of it.
pretty much it.
Yeah, you don't have to do a lot of work, and you're getting paid like $5,000 as much as
Yeah.
$20,000 a clip per deal.
Yeah.
And if you build a pipeline up, all of a sudden you're doing 30, 40 deals a year. You're making $200,000 or $300,000.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, and I'm still mesmerized. I actually, we were out with that guy last night till like 11:30, and
Yeah.
I almost regretted it took me so long to catch on because I was in closing calls, the attorneys with ALZN. Boom. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of attorneys in a room.
No, it's true. I'm
They'll
surprised.
argue themselves 3 hours this morning. I woke up. Jason said to me, because Jason picked me up, then we went to breakfast. I was on the call the whole time. He's like, "Are you still on the call?" It's like 11 o'clock. I'm like, "Dude, this isn't even close to being over." They're all arguing about like,
Just ridiculous.
what color green is, what color red is.
I would have went nuts on
Yeah,
that.
and they're all, "Todd, what do you think?" I'm like, "I think we're done. Come on, man. We went public.
Are we closed yet?
We did close today. We announced that we closed over allotment.
Yeah.
Hey, it's anything from you, Jason?
Tomorrow, quadruple witching day. That's refers to a date on which the stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and then single stock futures, they all expire simultaneously. Also, I think you'll have to do a little research on that, but I think there's no SEC, no Edgar system for filings tomorrow, so there couldn't be any offerings tomorrow.
Oh, what?
That's kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
So yeah, it should be kind of an interesting day.
Anything
tomorrow.
from you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, nothing. I'm good. I think we touched
Are
on
we
everything
episode
today.
95 or 96 today?
95 today.
Hey, it's episode 95. It's June 17th. It is Thursday. We're going to see you tomorrow. We appreciate everybody. Thanks to Lance last night for dinner joining us. My man Marshall, Jason, Crypto Joe in the house. Brett last night working late with Nick. We appreciate you out there, Risk on Army. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.